Last week, for a couple of days, I was in a state of apathy. At least that's how I would describe it. No emotion, no motivation, no real pain, but just no sense of meaning at all. Everything just passes by. You're just an observer of your own life, don't really care about it. Have things going for you, who cares? Things are not going for you, who cares? Really weird. It's really weird. And if I'm honest, I don't even know what's worse, this or being in a phase where I'm anxious or even slightly depressed. Because when I'm anxious or slightly depressed, I'm not saying that I'm fully depressed, because there's a huge difference between having light depressive symptoms and hard depressive symptoms. Let's say when I'm in a state where I'm really scared, I think that I'm worthless, I think that I'm never gonna make it, and that's combined with just, wanting to sleep the whole day. I at least have this pain within me that I can alchemize into a level of productivity I myself sometimes don't even believe. I mean, this is not all the time. Like I just mentioned, I often just want to sleep the whole day, but there are some moments where I can actually use the suffering to become productive and, for example, to just film 10 videos on one day. But in the state of apathy, you just don't care about fuck all. You don't want to make videos. You want to do nothing. It's just everything passes by and you don't care. You see, the problem when you have no positive or negative motivation, in the example when being slightly depressed, I mentioned negative motivation, right? Your state is so bad that you want to alleviate it through some effort. When you have none of this motivation, you fall into an endless state of stagnation. Because you make no progress, you have no positive feedback, no dopamine release. That's why a lot of people who have apathy then also tend to have depression, because if you have a deficit in dopamine, that will lead to you being less motivated and eventually to you feeling like your life has no meaning and that you're worthless, and that is kind of more a symptom of depression. But I wouldn't say it got that far with me like last week, because I knew what to do, right? I meditated, I tried to spend as much time with friends possible, because I know what I have to do when I'm in a state where things do just not seem right. So it got better after like a couple of days, but man, that scares me. It really scares me to see how when you're in a state where you just give a fuck all, nothing gets done and your life just gets wasted. And there's almost no way out of it if you don't know how to cope with it. Especially if you're somebody who then goes to drugs or doom scrolling. Yeah, you're fucked. In such a situation, I think the best thing one can have is patience and the right coping skills. You can let me know if you've been through this, if you've been in a similar state, what you think about it, if you would say it's worse to be depressed or slightly depressed than to be apathetic. Anyway, I wish you a good evening or day whenever you're watching this. Stay healthy, keep chasing your dreams, and the only thing I can say is peace.